Hi, everybody. Hi, Rona. Hi, Elise. Okay, sure. That was, I was like, how do I go live on that link that I sent you?
Like, how do I go live on that link that I sent you? How do I go live on that link that I sent you? How do I go live on that link?
Whoa. Okay. Okay. Now it's echoing like crazy. I'm going to put my volume off, but you can still hear me clearly. Okay. Okay, let's start. If there's any problems, please put it onto the chat on the side. And we'll start with some learning Satipatthana. So first of all, Sati is awareness, and Panna is the establishment of it. So great, thanks, Rona. We're just trying to learn how to become mindful. And in the practice of yoga and the practice of meditation, lots of people think that meditation is we get out there. And also we practice yoga because we want to maybe get out there. But it's through the embodiment, through the really coming back, that we find the liberation or the dissolution of the mind and the body. And so Buddha, apparently the Satipatthana is one of the most important writings of what Buddha wrote, and as being the most important of his writings. And he explained in the Sathipattana Sutta that you to establish the mindfulness, and he explains how, through four things. First, it's the body, then it's through wisdom, and now I'm stuck already, and then it's through through the mind, through wisdom, and contemplation of the mind, and then contemplation of wisdom. And what's the second one? Contemplation of feelings, of course. Okay, so we're going to work with the breath. It starts with the breath and explains how to become mindful. Now, that's the most, I'm going to say easy one. After 20 years of practice, that now has become quite easy. But I remember learning it, and it was, Rod, how long do I have to stay with this breath? Can I do something else, please? This is okay. So it's simple, but and it's very profound. So thank you for being here today, because I've always wanted to share this. It's very profound for me, and so let's try it. Okay, so we're going to start with the breath, and I'm going to read from the Satipatthana Sutta, from the translation, of course. If you connect with your past lives, then you can understand Pali. Okay, but I'll read it in English for today. Okay, so come to easy seats. We're going to do this for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to take a pause, I think, yeah. And then we'll go into, so it's just the breathing for now, and then we'll go into the body practice. Okay. So come to seated wherever you relaxed. You can be sitting on a chair, you can be lying on your bed, but the only reason it's never suggested to lie down for meditation is because it promotes sleep. So you want to be very mindful, you want to be very relaxed, but very mindful. So that's different to when you actually fall asleep. You become unmindful. I can't say that, because you also practice dream and sleep yoga, which is mindful sleeping, mindful dreaming. But you want to stay awake. Now, the problem is that sitting generally has got some body issues. But in the practice of Vipassana, in mindfulness, you actually learn to it really works with the body. Okay, so that's the exciting part, is that this body might be unbalanced, and the energy, this really is your your teacher. Yeah, it will tell you where you're unbalanced, it will tell you where you need to focus. Okay. So come to easy seat or wherever you're sitting and meditate. Relax the body. Close the eyes. Relax your hands into your lap. So lots of Buddhists practice with their palms down like this on their thighs. Um, this is how I learned this mudra, and you just drop it into your lap. So it depends where you choose to be, what's more comfortable for you. When you, and the body just takes it as it's like Pavlovian response. It just will sit there. Okay. Whenever I cross my legs, my mind goes into a different space. So it's the training. Okay. And that's what we're doing today. We're going to train focusing on the breath. Okay. Close your eyes, relax your body. Become aware of the breath. Okay, now to become aware of this breath, the anapana wisdom, and the establishment in the breath. So the students, having come to the space of single, solitary space, empty space, sits cross-legged, keeping the body erect, directing his mindfulness towards the object of mindfulness. And now our object of mindfulness is the breath. The student breathes in with a keen mindfulness and breathes out. Breathing in a long breath, he knows or she knows they are breathing in. Breathing out a long breath, they know they are breathing out. Breathing in a short breath, we know I breathe in a short breath, I breathe out a short breath, and you know. Aware of the whole breath body. I shall breathe in, and you train yourself. Aware of the whole breath body. I shall breathe out and train yourself. Calming the process of breathing. I shall breathe in. I shall breathe out. So initially, keep doing that. Initially, when we start meditation, the mind is very busy or agitated. But as we continue practicing, it calms down. Now, when you even start this, you might find it is said to be aware of spontaneous breath and not to control the breath in any way. That's ultimately you're going to see that in a few moments if you're not seeing it now. So initially, if the mind is very busy, you can, what I find, I like these words. I know I'm taking in a long breath. I'm taking in a long breath. And I'm going to do it more forced or more planned or more controlled, if that's without controlling. Stay very relaxed and just take a nice deep breath. I know I'm taking in a long breath. And then breathe out. I know I'm taking in, taking out. And then the short breaths are very nice too. It's a can really take a breath without disturbing the space. but you are deliberately breathing. And you'll notice how you naturally, the mind then gets pulled to the breath. And then finds, okay, I don't need to, I'm with the breath, and the thoughts hopefully start to calm down. Thus, we dwell in perceiving again and again the body. So you're just breathing. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Vipassana is also translated to seeing directly or perceiving directly and truth. And so we want to see the body for what it is, as a phenomenon. Our mind perceives through the conditioned experience of life, through the need for recognition, or through the desire to be liked. And so we perceive the body and we have these beliefs of the body. I am big, I am small, I am large, I am tall, I am small. But it's a phenomenon. The body is just a body. So you see the body as a phenomenon. It's not the I, it's not the self. Not mine, not I, not self. It's an appearance, a phenomenon. Perceive again and again the body as just the body. And dwell, perceiving again and again the cause and the actual appearance of the body. But now we want the mind to become so focused that we can go into the second part of the body awareness. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. And then did you notice there as well, it starts to become less controlled. Where you are merely sitting and observing the breath coming in, the breath going out, the breath going out. So the practice is not to control. So I've decided how I perceive that is that the only thing I need to change is if I find tension, release, then you're most welcome to a space of letting go of the tension. And so I've been dabbling with that a lot in my yoga practices. Do I push the hips forward? Do I lift the tummy? Do you control from an external knowing of what should be happening in the body, what's more and better correct alignment? And so the answer came, if I find tension, I can deliberately let go of the tension. Notice your posture will change. Things will fall into place. So you're allowing the natural state of being to arise. So we stop the controlling. Okay, still breathing, just awareness of breath. And I'll read you a bit on the Sathipattana Sutta. So Buddha wrote, students, in Pali it's bhikkhus. This is the one and only way for the purification of the minds of beings, or just the purification of beings, as Buddha wrote it. For overcoming sorrow and lamentation, for the cessation, the stopping of physical and mental pain, for attainment of the noble paths, and for the realization of Nibbana. The only way is the four Satipattanas. And the one was body, sensations, breath, sensations, mind, and wisdom. Contemplation of the four. Nibbana is the realization of the self. And in the Buddhist terms, they call it the clear light body. I don't say it's the truth about the yoga teachings. I think it's a perception of the people who practice the yoga and perpetuate, or maybe it was just my perception, that there was something to attain. But the tradition does say, before enlightenment, carry water, chop wood. After enlightenment, carry water, chop wood. So there isn't really something that's going to change, but the perception, your whole world changes within you, what you perceive how the world to be, how you perceive yourself to be. And this is the practice. Vipassana is seeing things as they are, not how I need them to be, not how I want them to be, just as phenomenon arising, and we'll learn this now, and passing. Okay. So with the anapana, the awareness on the breath, all we're aiming for first is to quiet the mind to a degree that we can then start focusing on the next contemplation. Okay. So take a nice deep breath in when you're ready. And relax your body. You can look at the screen again. But stay in your quiet state. And yeah, that's really, really amazing, because we're such external beings. We originally we weren't external beings. We were connected with a self born into this world. And there comes a time when we get programmed to find and seek something outside of ourselves. And that's when our awareness becomes externalized, and it starts seeking and watching and drawing your attention. No, you have to come to my podcast because I'm going to give you enlightenment. It's like, no. And the Satipatthana is going to, no, nothing's going to give you enlightenment but you. Nothing's going to give you freedom but you. And so the practice is just a practice for you, for your soul. And this buying into needing to go outside for the wisdom. So even now, all the to see the body for what the body is. The body is a phenomenon. It's just arising and it's falling away one day. Apparently, it's falling away continuously. We're more knottier than what we are here, as quantum physics now understands it. So it was interesting how Einstein couldn't wrap his head around it, and we're still struggling to wrap our heads around the quantum physics. But and that's what Buddha already knew. That's what Buddha found under the body tree, is the phenomenon is arising and falling away. And the yoga teachings is to focus on that is constant. And what is it that is constant? And we need to find that if the mind is constantly searching outside and going outside for recognition, and we never find that is continuously here. And for now, the Buddhists like really strip it, the Buddhist teachings really strip it down to the body, yeah. We're just watching the body, yeah. Okay, so let's continue onto the next phase. He's dwelling and perceiving the student, he's dwelling and perceiving the body as just the body. He dwells perceiving again and again the cause and the actual appearing of the body. Dwells perceiving again and again the cause and the actual dissolution of the body. And he dwells perceiving again and again both the actual appearing and dissolution of the body with their causes. Firmly mindful on the fact that only the body exists, not the self or I. So we did with the teacher training this week is there is no I. Okay, so yeah, we're learning to be bodily focused on there is no such thing as an individual I. But that's the wisdom that arises with the practice of Vipassana. So the dissolution of the body. Did I mention that? Yes, the actual dissolution of the body. The mindfulness is just for gaining insight and mindfulness progressively. Being detached from craving and wrong views, he dwells without clinging to anything in the world. Thus, the student, bhikkhus, this is the way in which a bhikkhu dwells, perceiving again and again the body as just the body. So let's look at that, because that's what the suttas like kind of sometimes get us all. It's so simple, but how do I actually do that to become aware of that I'm not the body, or that this body, the actual arising, appearing of the body and the dissolution of the body, arising and going away. Now, being detached from craving and wrong views. And that's very much, we are trained. I mean, get a mark in high school and we'll buy you a car, or get, pass matric and we'll buy you your first car. It's got so externalized that we started attaching to things. If I do this, this will happen. And cause and effect is constantly arising and falling away, constantly rising and falling away. So to be attached to something that's going to disappear in a few moments in any case. And this is where it gets very interesting. I wish I could explain it, and I'll sit here for hours trying to explain this, is that when there's a pain in your body, when anything arises in your mind or body, it is the phenomena of what it is purely vibrational. So, for example, I say to you, you are absolutely a beautiful person, and your self goes, oh my word, she told me I'm a beautiful person. Just notice, what is that? It's the hormones. It's the desire to be liked. It's all for being fulfilled and being loved, and the need to be loved, and it's all being fulfilled. But what is it truly? And that's the seeing for things for what they are. It is merely a vibrational response from the body, a reaction of what my mind has perceived. So you didn't even hear my words completely, or the example completely clear. I perceive that you are a beautiful being. And actually, it can have, and that's the thing, because of all our need for the outside, those words gained more importance than what they really need to. Okay, does that make sense? We have attached ourselves. And when we're practicing now the mindfulness, is we're going to practice it without being attached. So sensation comes into the body and you see it for what it is. It is merely a vibration. So can we feel it as a vibration instead of feeling it with a mind which goes, oh my God, my knee is so sore. I don't know how long is it going to stay there. This is like, it's crippling me. I really, it hurts me. I don't know what's happening. I'm so scared. So this is what's rolling. And so when we really embody the practice, we're not only becoming aware of the physical body, but we are, and that's why I think the contemplation of the chitta, the heart, mind, what's happening inside here, is really being um, already contemplated when we start contemplating the body. It all sits in the body. Okay, so are you guys, you can always thumbs up me, are you guys ready for, we're going to the second part of practice. Okay, so let's start again, just 2 minutes to 5 minutes, anapana again, to get your mind, and just notice how externalized did you become in the break that we had. Okay, place your hands where you're relaxed, where you want, close your eyes, relax your body in your easy seat. Soften the tongue, the jaw, the eyes. Feel the breath. And I know I'm breathing in, and I know I'm breathing out. And this is already where the attachment can start. Is oh yeah, I'm getting the sensation. I'm connecting. I'm feeling good. It's just see things as they are. Come back, drop, relax. There's nowhere that you're going, nowhere that you need to go. And that's a kind of illusion I got stuck into when we're in the esoteric kind of circles of being psychic, spiritual, connected through visions. These two, Buddha explained, they arise, they fall away, no attachment. Everything is arising and falling away. So notice the first thing we focus on, the breath, is also arising and falling away. Now, when we start meditating, not for everybody, but for some, the body is very, in the terms they translated to gross, like it's big sensations. I translate it to loud. I think of my sensations as either being soft or loud. So they're hard, they're very present sometimes, and sometimes very soft. But you do want to become aware of the physical body, and as explained, is that you are aware of the phenomenon of the cause and the actual appearing of the body, and then the cause and the actual dissolution of the body. Okay, now the cause, that's where the mind comes in. We're watching the heart-mind space. What causes? We'll get into that later. Let's first feel the body. So starting by feeling the sensation of your breath. Notice, can you feel the breath touching the nostrils? Little hairs on the inside of your nostrils. And this is just, we really want the mind to focus. And watch the breath coming out the nostrils. Can you feel? Start noticing inside the nostrils. There's a lot of sensation inside the nostrils. You can even try and imagine those, all the little hairs. And then you can feel the sensation. All those little hairs create a sensation inside the nostrils. And the breath touching the entrance of your nostrils. You might even feel it at the bridge of your nose, going into your passage, the breathing passages in the sinus cavities. So there's sensations of moist and dry. It's my most prevalent sensation. And even with moist and dry comes tightness or looseness or spaciousness. And then there's cold or hot or warm. It could be something like tingling or sharpness or dullness or pressure. Just notice now. I kind of want to urge you not to go to a sensation in your body that feels a bit uncomfortable at the moment, but to choose just any part of your body. Well, let's all go. And I've chosen for you. Let's all go. Unless you've got one, go there. Go to the top of your head. Because generally the top of the head's never painful. Even if you've got a headache, it's generally at the back of your head. So top of your head. And just notice, sit here for a moment watching the phenomena arising and falling away. The phenomena of sensation. Now you don't even have to name it. Say for example, a hard sensation of discomfort or pain does arise. You don't have to call it pain. You can see through it. You can see it as a vibrational arising. I don't know how else to explain it. And Gwenke explains it as wavelets. It's quite cute, wavelets. He says like electrons come through the electrical system and just like that, they are wavelets. And that's how the quantum physicists have explained it, particles and waves. It arises. It falls away. A wave does that constantly, arises and falls away. Be aware of whatever you're now feeling at the top of your head, and you'll notice it's maybe moving, jumping, staying, leaving. Let that sensation go to the sides of your head and feel the sensations at the sides of your head. only thing you can do is if you do notice tension, just let it drop. Keep your body going heavy, relaxed in the moment. I am now. Okay, become aware of your eyes, cheeks, nose. Again, feel the sensation now, maybe at the bridge of your nose, between the eyes. Sensations of the cheeks. And you just observe. You are the observer. There's nothing to do with the sensations. Down your face. And if this makes sensations arise even more, that's what you want. So Buddha said that this is a method of cleansing, of purifying the body, the mind, because we need to cease the physical and mental pain and overcome the sorrow and lamentation. And another thing people think with this practice, I'm going to say Buddhism, but it's not. It's the practice of what Buddha said. People say you become non-attached and you're like so disconnected to the world. And what did I read to the students before? That you actually, when you explore the deep sense of the body, explore the deep sensations with this body sensing, body sweep we're going to do, that you can become more connected only when you are not going to react to everything. Otherwise, it becomes very overwhelming. And actually, when you are overwhelmed, you start to disconnect and you don't experience, and you don't want to experience everything. So you got the filters up. But as we start to not react, so keep going down your face, down your neck and your throat. Feel the sensations at the occipitals, the back of your head, the neck, the throat, and just observe, even if it's uncomfortable. Keep observing that when we create the space to experience deeper, that's when we really become alive. This reaction is not alive, it's just purely reactivity towards, oh, this is happening, that's happening. It's a reactivity. This is truly feeling, not reacting. So if you do, and when you do come across very difficult sensations, be happy, because that's the cleansing. Don't say, oh, this pain in my body is so bad, I want it gone. That's exactly, it's teaching you. It will teach you. I love it. The yoga practice, the meditation practice, it will all teach you, where am I holding on? And it will teach you inwardly. Keep going down the shoulders, upper chest, upper back, and feel different sensations, pressure, tingles, vibration. Let your eyes look in and down to feel, see, and fully sensations in the body. And into your hands. The hands are very sensitive. You might feel as you focus on the thumbs, nice tingling or cold or hot. Because we cannot experience pleasure. Let's call nibbana joy or pleasure. When you're constantly wanting or not wanting something. So if you feel the coldness, a bit chilly out today, if you feel the coldness on your hands and you resist it, or if you feel the coldness in your hands or you feel the warmth somewhere else and you want it. But to be indifferent towards it. Feel how that feels when you are indifferent towards a sensation. Doesn't matter if it's there or if it's not there. Then slowly moving on to the torso, go I like to imagine like a photostat machine, that blue light that goes across the paper, it scans. So you can be a scanner going down from your upper chest and scan over the ribs. Sense, feel the ribs, feel what's happening, let it arise. It's a very interesting space because I feel different sensations and I feel them differently when I follow different teachers. When I follow different methods. So there's a method that's not connected to Buddhism at all called body sensing. It's just body sensing. They use it in Feldenkrais, they use it in many techniques, many paths. When I do body sensing, it feels very different than when I'm practicing Vipassana. Just as sweet, just as good. I think energy, yeah, and wavelets come with it. Okay, keep going down the body into the hips and feel the hips. And the practice of Vipassana is when you are contemplating the body. You don't want to leave out any single part of the body. So the mind can travel. I love the mind. It has no constriction of time and space. It can travel right into every atom. So initially we will be more aware of sensations of your clothes, of the temperature, until we can start going deeper with the mind and you can start feeling inside, below on the skin. So maybe feel the skin, try and feel the skin under your clothes and you still feel the clothes on the skin. So the whole pelvis, the whole pelvic floor. Sometimes your mind will want to go pinpointed, like really get into one little part of your body, and sometimes just a global sense and expansion over a certain part of your body. Then down through your groin, through the hip joint, down into your thighs. And just notice. And you can do both legs, but your mind will jump left, right, left, right, left, right. Or you could decide to go down one leg. And that's what you could do at times when you find difficulties in the body. You could stay there as long as you stay non-attached. And let me explain it while you're going down the legs. I'll prematurely give you the wisdom. The mind is creating these phenomena that are arising in your body. Crazy but true. And the practice is to deplete this creation so that you become the clear light body. Keep going down your knees, down your lower legs. Soles of your feet, top of your feet and toes. So if the mind is creating, it continues and we react. It just has permission to create it more. I see it as a river. So from the high top part of the mountain, the waterfall falls. And in the summer season, It falls very strongly, creating the bigger river. So in winter, you get to this big ditch and you think, well, when's it full? Okay, so in winter, it's nice and empty, depleted. And what happens in winter is other animals come and the plants grow. And if you leave it empty for long enough, it won't be a river anymore. It won't be a pathway. Okay, so in your body, not on another planet, we want pathways, river pathways on the planet. But in your body, we don't want those river pathways of resistances, of we want to dissolve. You can imagine yourself becoming smooth, totally expanded, but you don't use imagination. Okay, Vipassana is not imagination, but yeah, you can play. Okay, the next. So you start coming up the body now. You feel the feet. So the less we attach to what is arising, the more we are depleting our own reactivity of the mind and our own creation of the mind. And the creation starts, normal creation, like spontaneous creation, making beautiful things and creating, but that's not what we're doing. We're constantly creating pain in the body. We're constantly creating, get the words of Buddha translated, the defilements that they call in the sutras, sorrow and lamentation, physical and mental pain. That's what we're creating, and that's what we want to stop creating. And this is the method, this is what Buddha taught. So you continue going up the calves, feel, just keep feeling. Knees, thighs, hips, up the torso, the scan. So from your hips, I like to think of the scan as hands. So if that's still difficult, you go separately from the hands to the forearms, to the upper arms, shoulders, ribs, lower back, upper chest, neck, ears, back of your head, neck, throat, sides of your head, bridge of the nose, forehead, and back to the top of your head. So we did one body scan. Let's do one quite fast and then we finish. So you do that, you just continue body scanning like that. So top of your head, sides, forehead, down the jaw, neck, shoulders, torso, hips, arms, hands, thighs. And the practice here is also not to be called by louder sensations. You stay continuously methodical down the body, knees, lower legs, feet. Otherwise, what the yogis call it, the monkey mind. It was the first yoga book I ever bought, Taming the Monkey Mind. I didn't understand it then. And we need to be diligent. You're not forcing or controlling, but that discipline is going to bring joy. And then slowly moving up your feet, lower legs, knees. Keep feeling. You'll notice if there's tension, then you can let go. Thighs, hips. Let's go separately up the arms for now. Hands, lower arms, elbows, upper arm, shoulders, and then torso, hips, tummy, lower back, ribs, upper chest, upper back. Generally, you'll go this fast when your mind is very focused. But you can stay lingering so you can really go in. You can go into your spine. Dr. Joe Dispenza just popped into my mind now with the spine. He healed his spine with the mind. And so, not that you want to get attached to this method as being that this method can become more than that and is more than that, but non attachment, non attachment. Just seeing things as they are, coming up the neck, sides of your ears, sides of your head, lips. You'll feel all the sensations over the face, eyes, eyebrows, forehead, top of your head, back of your head. When you're ready, and slowly come back. So we have a few minutes. You might feel very relaxed now. I'm opening up now for you to text me on the side. We did the first, there's 4 sections on the Sathipattana Sutta. I think we definitely touched on the body, the breathing and the body, and started touching on the mind. So we want to become clear understanding. Okay, so yeah, I'm waiting for any questions. If anybody needs to go, meditation is finished. Okay, so at least I'll just ask a question. Okay, how would you do the emotions? Oh my goodness. Okay, Tracy. Very good question. I'll tell you a story. I was on the course, and it's a silent retreat, and I got very sad because I was missing my husband. It was, oh, I go home, and I was sitting outside and crying, and all of a sudden, I the tears just dried up. I was like, and I realized, and I didn't understand. I like sort of understood, but didn't understand completely. I was like, why am I crying? What is this? And I think 2 days later, I went to the teacher and I wanted to ask him about, yeah, I think wanted to ask him exactly about that. I said to him, I'm a bit confused. And I said the words with my misunderstanding or with my, there's no space for emotions in Vipassana. And he answered, yes, there isn't. But it took me a while to then understand because the emotions are merely reactions. So, like I said, the example I took is, oh, you're such a beautiful person. You're just so whatever. And then the emotions, what do we feel? It's a reaction to the words. And it's a reaction not coming directly from the words, but prompted by the words because of our past experience. So, what Vipassana teaches is what about underneath? What lies underneath the emotion? So there's another technique in what Yogi Bhajan taught, Satnam resign. It means to abode in the soul or in the blissful nature, Satnam resigned. And so just a quick little practice is sit. You can close your eyes if you like. And I say to you, you are the stupidest person I've ever met. I want you to notice what arises for you. Now, if you have no affliction to being stupid or no worry of being stupid, you're not going to react. But I want you to, hopefully, you do react. Well, no, just for the exercise. I want you to feel, okay, so now I say to you, now you can see it for what it is. It's merely a sensation arising in your body. So yes, we perceive it as a thought. Yes, we perceive it as an emotion, but underneath that, so the mind creates that emotion through the DNA, through the hormones, and you like get shocked, or you get, and just feel, even if you get shocked, what is that really like? So this is amazing. One day I found I was driving around and I was nervous, and I was like, why am I feeling nervous? And I said, but Jeanette, you know the technique, you know. And it's like, because we want to get this nervousness away, because that's it, we're afraid of feeling not safe, and that's attachment. And so I noticed it was kind of like a fibrillation. It was kind of like a zzz happening. And I went, okay, feel that. And before I knew it, I was actually quite astounded. Even practicing it for years, I always get excited and very get surprised. Um, it disappeared. But when I looked, like it was a split few seconds afterwards, and I looked and I went, where's my nervousness? Where did it go? So we are understanding so the third section, yes. So let's do that next time we do Vipassana. Yeah. We can do another live or another Zoom. And we look at the emotions and how to, what do we do with those emotions arising? But to answer you quickly it's the sensations. You look at the sensations of the body. Okay. Any more questions? 1 minute or two. Vipassana is my kind of go-to whenever I can always go, oh, I'm doing these other meditations. I always do other meditations, but Vipassana sits so close to my heart whenever I just want to drop into it. And it was probably the most difficult thing for me to do. When I started, it was like, what the hell? This is crazy. Okay. Okay. So the emotions are something we want to look at. Yeah, there's so many. I've listened to some, what's that lady? Lots of people talk about emotions, and and yeah, so you can learn from my perspective. It's just a perspective, and let's see what Buddha said about emotions. Okay, great. So thanks for giving me a focus and an intention for next class. Good. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Much love to you all. I'll be at peace.